Hello Aries and welcome to Soul Sundays. It's a quick 3-card spread, one for mind, body and soul for your week ahead starting on Sunday the 6th of October. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides of my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading of the sign of Aries. Please tell me what they need to know, not what they want to know, for their week ahead. Can I have one card please, Spirit, for mind, body and soul? Wow, well you had 2 cards that came out together. I was only going to take one until I saw that they were the same number, which is pretty cool. You have the 8 of Stars, which is titled Surge in this deck, and the 8 of Hearts, which is codependency. Now, those who watch the channel a fair bit will know that I'm also an Aries rising and an Aries moon, so this reading applies to me just as much as it does to you. 2 8s, Aries, karmic numbers, another 2 cards. I wonder if it's going to be 2s throughout the whole reading. One more card, please. That's just me dropping them. That's not some cool spiritual thing. Oh, come on. One more card. Thank you so much. Just one card, please. There it is. That one. Shift. Ooh, I love it. Really beautiful, beautiful energy. I can never get the camera right when I start. Sorry, guys. Okay, so interesting reading. There's no new moon or full moon this week, so I'm just going to get straight into the cards. Double 8s. Like you can't make that shit up, right? 8 on 8, karmic cycles. You know, 8s for me are so symbolic. It's a, you know, representation of the infinity sign as well. But it's really interesting that both of these have come up together. And, you know, you guys see that I shuffle the cards and I always cleanse my deck. And so, you know, it's by no coincidence that this has come out together. If you're into numerology, go check out what 8 means, because repeating messages like this are always signs of further detail. Like the universe is always giving us signs, right? And this is a sign for you. But I'll start with one card at a time and then I'll break it down for you, okay? 8 of Stars. This is really beautiful. Have a look at what you see in the image, okay? For me, it's a card aligning of mind, body and soul. And I don't know if you can actually see that through the camera, but in the tree trunk here, there's actually a woman's body that's kind of carved in. So it's like mind, body and soul, kind of similar to what I'm doing for you right here, showing you that all is one and all is connected, right? It's kind of like a third eye that's in that tree as well. It's really symbolic about aligning so that you're feeling yourself this week, okay? So it's having that mental capacity to know that there's a lot to be done, and in order to get those things done, you need to actually get your house in order is the best way to say it. It's like, you know, you have to get your shit together, Aries. You know, if you want to achieve the things that you planned out for the last bit of this year, of this decade, then it's time for you to actually put everything together. Now, in traditional tarot, this is the 8 of Wands. So this speaks of, sometimes it can be communication, but it's like decisions, things moving fast, right? And that's why the card in this deck is titled Surge. It speaks about building the strong foundation so that you can actually go and achieve things. And it's also, as I was saying to you before, about grounding yourself, that mind, body, soul experience, so that you can actually prepare for new growth that's coming in. What's interesting is that the 8 of Wands typically speaks about creative things, right? Things that are coming together from a creative point of view. Ideas that seem to like come out of nowhere and really want to like awaken you up. Like you may be having like crazy dreams, or you wake up in the middle of the night and, you know, all those kinds of things. What's interesting is that it's coupled with the 8 of Cups. So, or the 8 of Hearts in this deck. So the 8 of Cups speaks about, movement again. So for some of you, you could be thinking about physically making a home move, and maybe weighing up your options this week, Aries. I feel like for a lot of you though, it's talking about, it's deeper than that. It's like, stop trying to be someone that you're not. Yeah. Find the foundation, plant yourself in and who you are, be true to yourself, and everything else will align. The Eight of Hearts has this really cool passage in the book, and I was just looking it up so I could read it to you. It says, love every part of you. There is no delegating self-love. No one else can do the job like you can. And I love that because it really talks about you ending a struggle. Stop trying too hard to be someone that you're not. Like, as I said to you before about, just going easy on yourself. You are who you are, and what you're doing is enough. Okay. Sometimes it's important to have a look at your relationships, whether you're being really true to yourself. Are you being true to yourself in your romantic relationships? Are you being the real person in your friendships? And if not, then maybe it's time to make some decisions about where those relationships sit. If they're not aligned to who you are, mind, body, and soul, then this could be the week where you start to think maybe it's time to let that go. Interestingly enough, the card that you have that came out in your physical is about getting help at home. Maybe it's like you're struggling to keep on top of things at home. And, Aries, when you have an idea and you're so entrepreneurial, you tend to go like all guns are blazing, and generally you'll drop a ball somewhere, right? It's like that. You can't explain an entrepreneurial spirit that's so amazing and so alive, but in other ways it can really make you feel exhausted and tired. So one of the big things about this message is asking you to get help at home if that's something that you need. And if you have a physical ailment or something that you've been struggling with for a little while, or maybe it's someone in your life that's really close to you, it's saying to ask for divine intervention. Whatever your spiritual belief is, you guys know that there's no judgment here. You believe what you want to believe when it comes to religion. This card is asking you to call upon your divine, whether that's God and Jesus for you and you're Christian, or whether you're Catholic, or whether you're Buddhist, whatever your belief is, it's asking for help, okay? So the big thing is with this card, the combination is one, if this card of home help is ringing true, like let's say you're really struggling to do the washing or something simple because you've got so many other things going on, then maybe it's time to look at a cleaner. If you're really struggling to, get your meal preps done and eating healthy is important to you, then maybe it's time to look at getting meal plans delivered. And if you think to yourself, oh yeah, that's all very good and well to say, Ali, but where's that money going to come from, or how's that's going to work? Well, then the answer's already here. It's like, ask for it, okay? Ask and you shall receive. It's like, okay, I know that I'm struggling with getting the washing done and I know I'm not eating right, so I need help. Help me, please. And put it out there, right? Deep card shift. Whew. I've been thinking about this since I pulled it out and how I would kind of pitch this to you guys, because I try and keep these readings quite short and succinct and not go into too much detail. But there's no getting around this card that it's a deep card. It talks about having a shift in your energy and who you are. It's like a card of the phoenix rising from the ashes type thing, right? I'm just going to read it to you from the book, and then I'll explain to you what I'm seeing, okay? She's beautiful if you can't see that already. It's absolutely stunning card. There is no shame in changing your mind or walking away from a person or a belief. Verbatim, that is the first line out of the book. And what was I saying to you before about maybe it's time to make some changes about your close, intimate relationships, who's really close to you? And this could be relationships, this could be friendships, this could be family members, whatever it is for you, right? I'm going to repeat that for you one more time. There is no shame in changing your mind or walking away from a person or belief. Some things are for a lifetime, but others can only ever offer temporary solace or fleeting fulfillment. Do not cling to the stepping stone. Keep moving, keep growing, and avoid attaching to anything as truth right now. Your world and your views are in flux. Do not be pushed into making a long-term commitment or a concrete decision. There you go, Aries. If you've been getting that feeling like maybe that something needs to change, maybe someone needs to change, then here's your message for the week. Don't get attached to the stepping stone. All right, lovelies, I hope you have a great week. I read all your comments. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up, and I'll be back with you next week. Take care.